Hello, I am Matt Espinelli. I'm an editor here at GameSpot. I'm joined here with a nice fella here from Toys for Bob, guys who worked on Spyro Reignited trilogy. Peter.
Hi everybody, I'm Peter Kavic.
And yeah, we're here to play Spyro Reignited trilogy. Obviously, it's coming out. Actually, by the time that this is going to be out, it's going to be already out.
Hours away.
Hours away, I know, right? Isn't it exciting? Especially as a big Spyro fan. Incredibly excited about it. Though, I mean, we got a copy here. We've been able to play a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so let's say we just kind of jump right in. Huh?
Awesome.
All right. All right, so I've been playing mostly the first one at this point. I had another save where I played a couple of the other ones just for like footage purposes, but for my own main save, I wanted to start right from the beginning.
Nice.
So the adventure will continue.
Yes.
From last night, 12 a.m. I was staying up super late to play this game.
I'm glad.
But yeah, no, it's been so cool, like going back to this series, mostly just because, you know, obviously I am like a GameSpot here. I'm actually like a huge fan of Spyro, so played a lot of them growing up. So I have like a lot of fond memories of this of the series, dude. But I will admit to you, like playing this game on Saturday morning, just this past weekend, just like gave me such like warmth and joy.
Oh,
just, like,
awesome.
Oh my god. It's like,
We did it right.
Yeah.
That counts. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, I think a lot for us coming into this was trying to make sure that we were honoring the experience that fans had all those years ago, like 20 plus years ago now for the first game.
Isn't it crazy to think? It's 20 years ago. I was 7. Sorry if that like that puts anything
I think
here, but yeah.
no, that's perfect though. I mean, like that's why we're doing this. In large part, these are just such great games and great adventures. The chance to bring them to a new audience now that we're like 3 console generations later or something like that. It's
right.
It's just primed for this, and there's a reason people have still been in love with Spyro all these years later.
Totally.
Like, this is the foundation of like a lot of just wonder and like new adventures that people had just sitting in front of their TV as kids.
Right. You know, it's kind of crazy the amount because there really are people who still like just really care so much about Spyro, and it was an interesting thing when I got to. Was an interview, oh my gosh, I love
the Norkbutt.
Norkbutt. But when I got the opportunity to interview Tom Kenny for a little bit about him working on this game actually, and he was telling me like, you know, throughout like the years, he would always get someone like coming up to him, and you know, this guy, he's done SpongeBob, he's done all these different like roles, like, you know, and in a way, Spyro was almost like just like a drop in the pan for him, right? But he always gets so many people like asking him like, oh hey, you know, can you do the Spyro voice? Can you like sign this this picture of Spyro? And he was like, whoa, what the heck, this is crazy. Like just something I did like so many years ago. But
it sort of makes sense though when you think about it. Just like at its heart, Spyro is the adventures of a little kid,
right?
Like overcoming adversity, and that's sort of like iconic throughout all sorts of media for storytelling. And they initially had the original game just really executed well on how to tell that story and make that adventure memorable.
Totally.
And so people are remembering that really fondly from their childhoods, and that's I think why they're still approaching Tom today.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of funny though too, because like there's a certain like obviously there's a definite like character to Spyro and sort of the kind of, I don't know, like, because he's still in the 90s, right? So he's got a little bit of attitude, you know? And it didn't help that the marketing was, you know, kind of a little excessive with, like, the sheep burning kind of thing. If you remember,
I remember
that. Yeah. But he was just coming off just sort of the edge of that, and it was still, but it was handled in a way that I felt like was very tasteful, you know? Because you see some of those older commercials these days, and those have not aged well. Oh,
they're funny.
Yeah,
I'll give them that.
Right. But what world are we in again? This is the second world, right?
Peacekeepers,
right. Gosh. All right. Well, we should probably just jump into like an actual stage of this one. This is like a kind of a hub world.
Yeah.
Right? All right, what we got here?
Boss fight. Dr. Chef.
Wait, this is a boss fight already?
Yep.
Dang. Oh, I love how Spyro looks. Just like, you know. And you guys made him so cute too.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I think there was a lot of opportunity because he is such like a great original form.
Right.
And we were able to like do a little bit to like stylize him and just sort of push the characteristics that are fun. I think a good parallel too with that is Sparks. Just with the original games, he was like a stick in a ball.
Yeah,
He
it was very tiny, not a lot of detail on him, right?
It was a very interesting life meter. And,
You're right.
But now we're able to give him like a couple extra arms, and he does like a little bit more with his animations so that you feel like he's more involved with you as a character.
Right.
And he'll even like, if you sit still for a while, he'll come up and look up at the camera. But oh yeah, for real. And then same token, like occasionally Spyro will like lick his paws sort of cat-like, or he'll like sneeze fire.
Right, yeah. Yeah, I noticed that. He kind of acts like a little pet, you know? Like, just, his idle animations.
Yeah, that's sort of the freedom that we were able to have with bringing him to life here. After all the years, just find the fun inherent in him and just try to embellish on it.
Totally. Oh gosh.
Good.
Oh, hey, they fell. You know, it's interesting playing, like, it really is just so crazy, like, being able to play these games, but it's also, like, interesting for me, I mean, or just, I'm sure it's going to be, like, really intriguing to hear from folks who play this game again, because, you know, like, especially those who played it really young, but, like, a thing that, like, I have been noticing playing this game again, is I'm starting to realize, like, oh, wait, like, you know, especially as someone, like, as older, there's so much of a preface here, but, like, but, like, just, what I'm trying to say is that it's crazy realizing like why these games are actually fun. Because you know, you play them as a kid and you're like, oh, these are fun, colorful. Like, I just like jumping around, like, you know, exploring the world. But like, it kind of dawned on me, it's like, oh wait, these are kind of like collectathons. Like, you're really just like trying to like just get all these different items, get all the different like, you know, just the gems, and like trying to like get all the dragons and all that.
Yeah, that's like the compulsion behind it, and it works because it's really paired well with all sorts of fun activities that you end up doing.
Right, yeah.
Mini games and different side quests in the first couple of games, and then playing as your ally characters in the third game. It's just a number of different things that the game asks of you as a player, and that sort of makes more value for the actual collecting itself.
Yeah, totally. Oh wait, no, is this that? Oh wait, how do I?
Oh, that's Shemp.
The rear.
Yeah, you should burn his rear.
He's got quite the.
He's got some cheeks.
The caboose there.
Yep.
It's also been so crazy just seeing your guys' approach to, you know, because I mean, one of the biggest, I think, challenges I'm sure of having remastered these games is having to kind of bring it to modern day standards in terms of like the amount of detail. You know, even seeing like, and we've already seen a lot of it through some of this gameplay here right now, but like some of the redesigns of the Elder Dragons and all that, like, how'd you guys how did you guys even like start like to even take that on as a challenge? Like, what were you guys like thinking in terms of like,
dude, that's a really good question. It was a couple different ways that we approached it. So like, at first it was, how can we keep the highest level of respect for the original games?
Right.
Like that was like at the forefront of everything. Like, we have to make sure that our decisions going forward are respecting what made this original trilogy so great.
Yeah.
And then the way that we could add our touches and make it feel more modern is just like Toys for Bob can put their stamp in things like embellishing the way that the art feels. Instead of a ground texture that was like a brown stretch of land, you can have a full desert with a degree of rocks and some random grass. You'll see extra like crags around in the stone, just little things that make the world feel like it has a storied history.
Right.
Come on, you got him. And that same thing like goes with the characters too. So it was sort of every opportunity we'd have.
Let me just like slicking back his hair. Dude. Yeah, he's a super cool dude.
Yeah. Finger guns.
Yeah, right. All right, let's see if I can. Oh! I don't remember how to fight him too well. Let's see here.
No, but like that was how our beginnings were. It was really to try and find what rules did we want to follow,
right?
That make sense in this world, and can really make sure that audiences today are either getting to come back to a franchise that they love and a character whose adventures were like really thrilling, or for new people to come in and just find this really exciting and fun world.
Right, yeah, totally.
With a little kid hero.
Right? You're gonna have to help me out. How do I get behind this guy? I forgot how to...
Keep tempting fate.
Keep tempting fate? Oh,
when he spins.
Wait a second, there you go. I see that moment. Yeah.
Gluteus
maximus. Your butt burn. Oh, jeez. It was fun last night too, because like I did have a copy of just Spyro 1 laying around. Oh no! I died.
Poor dude.
But yeah, just trying to look at like the differences between them. I think the biggest thing, and maybe this speaks, I mean, this definitely speaks to sort of your guys' approach, trying to modernize things too, to, you know, to make it good for folks coming back in, and also folks who are just starting for the first time. But like, the thing I really noticed is just like the way it controls. Like,
Oh yeah.
you guys really. Oh god. Okay, that's not.
That was the wrong tempting fate that time.
Yeah. You gotta tempt fate in different ways. But just how responsive and like, I mean, just tight sort of the controls are. Like, Spyro really moves more on a dime now. Like, that was the thing that I really just stood out to me when I started playing the game. Was just, like, just how, I don't know, just there's a certain speed to like the platforming and just the general movement now that I really just kind of appreciated as someone just coming back into it.
Yeah, I think there was a lot of opportunity for us there, where like we knew there were some elements that were just going to be unfair to bring back, and it wouldn't feel as modern, like the not having the right analog stick to control the camera.
Right.
Oh, you're so close.
Dang it, he's doing that twist. I see that. Aha! Yeah,
Nice.
jump first.
Well
he's
played. So things like that were like sort of easy first places for us to experiment when we were coming up with how his controls would feel and how he'd play. And think that it ended up being the right move because like you're saying, it feels appropriate today.
Right.
Wherein if you go back to the original PS1 ones, it sort of feels dated and
There's sort of clunkiness to it.
heavier maybe.
Yeah, heavier. Definitely, that's the right word to it.
But it's the kind of thing that there are ways to address it, and we thought this would be a good place to start and see how that would feel.
Right. Yeah.
And hearing that you're liking it is a good sign.
Yeah, I don't know. I just like that. I just like kind of. I don't know. It's I've been having such trouble explaining it to folks whenever I tell them like, oh, just the way it feels when control. And usually the way that I use to explain it is just by I don't know, just like the way of like I'm just like linking together different like animations and actions. I had a feeling this was going to happen. But
you get to see the
oh no, poor Spyro. Oh yeah.
Well, you did beat Chimp, so that counts.
Yeah. That was just a fun goof. Whatever.
Yeah, totally.
The victory is what matters.
This is all about exploration and adventure.
Exactly.
So dying is part of that.
Yes. Don't I know it when I was a kid, just trying to.
Oh, dude, yeah, it's brutal.
I remember, like, cause, like, you know, when you're older, like, you get a sense of, like, okay, yeah, I'm not allowed to go there. I can't. That's clearly a wall that the developers are putting in. Like, but as a kid, I remember just wanting, like, what if I flew up with that rock?
No,
what if I was able to find it? And you know, it's actually been kind of funny, like, looking more recently in my life, like Spyro speedruns and seeing the amount of like, they break the game and they get to those places.
Yep. Better or worse?
Yeah, right. Is that something you guys had thought about with this game?
Yeah,
because the amount of the community that's out there.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're on all the opportunities we had to hear from the community. We really wanted to try and give them weight, and it netted out a lot of the times that their feedback was a lot of the like design decisions that we were already making, which was great. And it was just like reinforcing, like, let's spend a little extra time on this element. Like, we're going to spend a little more time on the dragon designs for the first game because people are loving them and we know they're awesome, and giving the backstory there is rad.
Right, yeah.
So it's sort of that kind of stuff.
Totally, I see. Yeah, so I noticed, wait, you can't do this in original, right? Where you
Nope,
move
you
around?
can't.
Well, you can't?
No.
Oh, you can't? Okay.
That was like such an awesome surprise when they first put that in.
Because I totally found it out last night, and I was like, whoa, what? Oh my gosh, I'm just playing.
Try some more, then there's a couple other ones in there.
Oh yeah. It's getting like it's a barrel roll right there. Yeah. Oh yeah, and I love how the way you guys sort of handled. I mean, they had these transitions before, but you guys have kind of put a lot more of a flourish to it now, which is quite nice. Oh, this sucker.
Banditos.
Yeah, here. Oh yeah, I already know this. Definitely know this area. It's so crazy. The way I described it, just like, you know, just looking at this version of the game, or just after coming back to it, it's just like, it just feels like some just like high like power just like put its hand and just like imbued the old PlayStation 1 game. It's just all these details, just like, it's insane.
Yeah, that was like a cool
So
opportunity for us. It was sort of like, let's see if we can find the way that people remember this. Like, there is an element in the original games where your imagination was adding to the picture.
Right.
And this was an opportunity for us to be like, okay, well, Big Mama, she was right by her cauldron, and what would that look like? It's not just going to be a bowl, it's got to be a proper cauldron. Let's do that right.
Right,
Like,
yeah.
Or the banditos, it's sort of like a cloak, but it's metal. How does that work?
Right, how does that actually look like
Yeah.
when you put more, have to add more detail to it, and not where it's not just sort of polygon.
Yeah, because like back in the day, like the metals were a color and a shader pretty much, and this is able to be at least a little bit more pop to it, so it sort of reads in a way that like gamer language is now.
Yeah, totally. Just looking at the detail on this thing. Like,
I love his mustache. It's so awesome.
Oh man, it must have been a treat to just like. I mean, I'm just, at the same time also like incredible challenge, but just such a treat to just like like just take a design and like okay, how are we gonna? Let me just add all this stuff on here.
Oh yeah, no, it really wasn't a thing of let's add. It was these games were great for a reason. They did a whole bunch right. So let's do that right and respect the pieces that worked as well as they did.
Right. Where the initiative wasn't to change, right? It was to.
It was like
to
honor
embellish
first
and honor,
and then embellish where possible.
Right. I wonder if there are people who are watching this who are going to be like, what is he doing? He's missing all those gems. What? Because I know my girlfriend, like we were playing Spyro recently, actually. And when she was watching me playing, she's like just going nuts. She's just like getting like a headache for the amount of times that I was just missing out. It's like there was a gem over there. I'm like, oh, was there? Because I just like kind of just take it organically and just kind of look around.
The beauty of this kind of game too is you could play it either way.
Yeah.
You know, you don't lose things for not 100%ing. You're still going on the adventure. You're seeing the worlds and playing. Like that's one part of it is like playing the fantasy of being a kid dragon.
Yeah.
Another part is playing the fantasy of collecting everything. You know, like there's pieces of that for everybody.
Totally. Yeah, it seems like how is it like just like approach? Because like a lot of this, right? The geometry is all like faithful, right? Like how is it going through that and like just redesigning level or not? Just like remastering the levels themselves.
Yeah, that was a lot. We made a tool called Spyroscope. So that
you heard
just as a language to use here, and it was Spyroscope was a means of making sure that we had accuracy. So that the jumps, like the distance between a jump, would feel right and it would take the same amount of time. Because with that whole honoring the original game's principle, there's muscle memory. Like for the people who are doing speed runs, they feel it, and that's sort of like what I was talking about before there, where that's part of the community and that's part of the area to respect. And so we use Spyroscope to inform a lot of the decisions we were making and point out where things could be, where enemy setups would be, where gems specifically would be.
Right.
Yeah, I think I answered your question. I feel like I went a little bit astray there, but yeah, that's the heart of it.
It's all good. I mean, totally.
There is the challenge of doing a dynamic remaster.
Right.
And that it was a challenge and an opportunity in and of itself, because where there's a challenge of getting accuracy, it's the opportunity of how can we add life. We'll have dragons that have a backstory just in like the clothes they're wearing or how they're behaving. They're still saying the same lines, but that's where the dynamic elements come in.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, dang, I'm already at the end here, aren't you?
Oh, there's still more.
Oh yeah, there's definitely more to collect, I tell you.
I'm fine with you if you want to explore more worlds though.
Right. Part of me is also thinking like maybe we should switch games too. Check out some of the new cutscenes too.
Your call, man.
Yeah. Well, let me just let's do a quick once over through some of the areas here. See if there's any jewels around. Wonder if I'll probably just transfer this save via the cloud later for tonight, because I would definitely be playing more.
Nice.
Oh, what's that? Wait, how do you get to that firecracker?
You want to go up.
Go up. Oh,
Yep.
right. As you would. If all your only ability as a dragon would be to glide. Oh, I was doing one of those free flying levels last night. And actually, that was one of the reasons why I was staying up the whole time, or staying up late, because I wanted to get it in one go. I wanted to do the one go thing. It was the first one in the arson world. Oh no, and I don't know, man. But part of me was like, was this as hard before? Like, did you guys do any adjustments that made? Because like that's the thing with like.
Oh no, they were that hard.
Yeah, they were that
harder.
hard?
I mean,
gosh.
they got a degree easier with the camera controls.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're challenging.
Dang.
So a lot of our efforts were making sure that was true to before and keeping the challenge where possible.
Yeah. Because that was definitely a test of patience for me last time.
Yeah.
And then it made me question. I was like, dang.
But it's so satisfying once you get it done.
Yeah, right. You're right. No, it was totally satisfying. Oh, dang. Let's just get down.
There's a key
There's a
somewhere.
key. Oh, yeah, this has got a lock on.
Oh, wait, no, that one's first. Yeah, keep going up. Poop, poop. And you go all the way across here.
From here?
To your right.
Oh, ooh.
And then you can jump from there over either to the firework or to the desert to the right.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
There's a desert over there.
Yeah.
Wow.
A bit of a hike.
Ski. Let's check it out. Oh, please, 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 please. You know, I would definitely make it. Okay. Oh, look, these little. Even the enemies too, man. I swear. I'm just gonna keep harping on that this entire time.
It
We're
was
not
such
harping,
an
but, like,
opportunity
enjoying
to
it.
put fun in.
Yeah,
Like
right.
they almost cartoony with just how goofy they are.
Cause man, that is,
If you see another fodder, let those ones go. Those frilled lizard guys are ridiculous.
oh, oh. Oh, there's a dragon up there. All right. Let's see here. So, what would you say is your favorite Spyro out of the 3 Spyro games?
Earlier on, I would say the first game, just because that was like the foundation of the adventure.
Right. Yeah.
But throughout development, I really fell in love with Ripto's Rage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It's such a cool story. Like all of them are really cool stories. I think I just sort of attached to that going into the parallel dimension or Avalar, just like a separate world entirely, and then being like
true. Like
really fish out of water again. They sort of hit the nail on the head for what worked right in the first game and then amplified it.
Totally. I mean, definitely that. I totally agree with that. Like the idea of like him being just like fish out of water. That I think that really helps the premise of the game and makes it a lot more sort of the world itself seem very magical because he's not even. This is like the first time he's being here, right? You know, like in this one, he's technically like, he inhabits this world. This is a place. This is where he's from. But no, totally.
Well played.
Get that glide cancel. Yeah, it's a technical term. I don't know if that's a real technical.
Yep. Run with it.
As Spyro is running. He's ramming. All right. Yeah, okay. Let's, well, let me exit this stage first. And then we'll probably switch over to Ripto's Rage. Oh, dang.
Left.
Yeah. Because it's technically justified, because it's like a magical barrier, so to speak.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because that's what you have in the Dragon World.
Right. All right. Okay, let's go to the exit. Gosh, I remember. It's funny too. I remember this level very specifically because I remember seeing it like in like the footage. Because like, okay, so the first time I played Spyro the Dragon 1 was like, of course, it's not commercials. It's on like advertisements and gaming magazines that I got. But first time I was able to play it was through a jam pack demo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was the winter 2000 or 1998, I believe.
Sure.
It came in '98, right? Was it '98?
Yes. Yeah, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I'm like doing math in my head real quick.
Right.
What number was that?
But I played that demo to death, and I remember they would always see this little demo gameplay videos, and like here are the worlds that are in the game. Oh, don't you want to play it? And I was like, I'm like, yes, I do want to play it. I wish I could go there. But yeah, that in a way, the stage and specifically, that thought always comes to mind. Just that desire, that hunger, just like I want this game, but I don't have money.
Well, now you do.
Yeah, that's
if
true.
that helps.
Yeah, that gives me a lot of comfort, man. Thank you, Pete. All right, let's get out of here. Yes. Jump right into Ripto's Rage.
Are we gonna watch the intro?
Yeah, might as well.
Sweet.
In the world of dragons.
Do.
And this is what the first one that Tom Kenny actually took the role of Spyro.
Yeah. This intro is actually a really good place to check out what I was talking about with Sparks before.
Oh yeah?
Seeing some of the acting that we're able to do now with him having a slightly more elaborated model.
I've forgotten what the sun looks like.
Poor guy.
Dragon Shores, yeah. I haven't been there since we kicked Nasty Nork's butt.
It's adorable.
Vacation at the beach?
Oh, my girlfriend's gonna love this. She's really looking forward to playing this game as
Nice.
well. just this like quality of like, you know, bringing it to sort of a standard of storytelling that you see more in animated films nowadays that you're just applying to some of the older cutscenes. That's something I really like.
Yeah. Well, and then there's the interstitial cutscenes for all the levels in Ripto's Rage.
Right, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right. They had those. That was one of my favorite parts of it.
They have claws like this and teeth like this. And
You're pretty vicious yourself. I mean, it's like...
they sound much more dangerous than Ripto.
That's exactly the point. A dragon is our only chance of stopping Ripto, and you know it.
It's working. It's working.
And Tom Kenny voices that guy too, right? The old guy.
Yep. I think so.
Yeah.
Now you have me questioning myself.
Did he?
Rough landing. Hi.
Crazy seeing these redesigns too. Like, wow.
Oh, Laura's awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, stop staring. Haven't you guys ever seen a dragon before? You're a dragon? You got a problem with that pussycat?
Burn.
Oh, the attitude.
Ooh, ooh. Good old days.
Forgot to invite me to the party. Were you trying to?
Really great job on Ripto there.
Thank you.
Nice little new look there. Just the amount of expression there. I love it. You're able to see on all these characters now.
So charming. Just like, it was so well executed with the original games. It's, yeah.
I'd love to see like a nice little comparison just between everything in this game and the originals. Someone on YouTube.
We've been trying to put a lot of the various concept art and things online throughout, just trying to make sure we're keeping in contact with the fans and let people see the things we're doing as we're developing as much as possible.
Right,
And at least there's some of that you can find online.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll check it out.
Yeah.
Get down, jump down that rabbit hole.
No, it's been great. I sit across from one of our art directors in the office, and throughout the project, he'd like call me over and be like, dude, you got to check this out. Just like, you'd hear cackling from us more often than not, just like the whimsy of seeing how some of these characters have come to life from their original version, and like even like sketch drawings and the stages throughout have been really awesome.
Right,
And
right.
like, it's not just characters too, like the world's stuff, like, we talked about this a little bit before, but the way it pops out of the screen, it comes to life. And it's like the near stuff, like from like vines on the rocks all the way to like how we do like backgrounds.
Right, wow.
Dark passages, like hedge mazes out in the hills in the far distance, or stuff like that.
Oh man, this is this is the as I was saying before, this is one because I'm particularly close to this game, so it's really nice to see this stage already. I think this is also like, in my own opinion as like a fan too, where I feel like what's the composer's name again?
Stuart Copeland.
Stuart Copeland, where I felt like he really came where like I feel like most of my favorite tracks come from this.
Nice.
From this one specifically,
Yeah.
That was crazy finding out that he was in the police, and I did not know that as a kid.
Well, it's not really something you're thinking about too much as a kid.
Yeah, right. It's like, who made the music to this game? You know, like just a young connoisseur.
It's been cool with this one. So our music lead, Stefan Vankov,
Right,
actually had a chance to work with Stuart a little bit and show him his
been a
work.
dream.
Yeah, well, like Stefan really, and the audio team in general, worked really hard to make sure that we were like recapturing the spirit of the games. But then with the whole idea to modernize, you could do things where when you get into a boss fight or an area with more intensity, it'll ramp up. You'll have extra layers of instrumentation come in.
Right,
So
yeah.
stuff that sort of feels appropriate or like the common language for games today, we're able to infuse back into things that are even iconic, like the score.
Right,
Which is super
right.
sweet.
I think that's a nice touch, and I notice here and there some of the ways the music just seems to adjust to some of the things you're doing, which I think is just it's awesome to have.
It's all subtle, but it really helps just make the feel be there.
Yeah, no, totally, man. There we go. This is the one we got the little hop float. It was interesting because when I was actually, so as I think I was saying that I got to interview Tom Kenny, but it was like actually during an interview where it was like a table of different people.
Oh, okay.
And so I got to, so Stuart Copeland, right?
Yes.
Yes. So I got to interview him too.
Oh, nice.
And he was actually saying that like doing the dynamic music, apparently he had an idea to want to do that at the time, but they couldn't fit it. Like it was just like too much space on the disc, which I would totally understand. That, and it's in some way. I can also like, I guess that would make sense that he probably had that kind of aspiration, maybe, you know, because this is apparently like the first, kind of, like really, I think the only games he really worked on in terms of composing, and I can't really
honestly don't remember.
Yeah.
You might be right.
Yeah, but like when I was talking to him, like it's just like he had such like a big heart for Spyro. He really enjoyed his time working on that, and he apparently was saying that it was like some of his most fulfilling experiences as a musician, which is crazy to think too.
That's awesome.
You know, considering his background, you're like, oh, okay, dang, that's nutty.
Well, the entire audio soundscape is so important to the character and the feel of the worlds because these are worlds about exploring and adventuring. You know?
Yeah, totally.
And the more that you set the stage in a way that people can remember and make you feel certain things and help just like heighten what the values are of the experience, all of that comes together really nicely. And, except for this guy.
I was about to say, this jerk.
I can't take away his thunder.
Yeah, no.
That ridiculous gem bag.
We all hated this guy. I really did not like this guy even when I was a kid.
But he has such a fine little, is that an ascot?
Yeah, I think so. A little like embroidered with a little jewel there. Jeez, you wouldn't wear that. What's going on there?
Do people wear monocles anymore?
Yeah, like what was it? What was really the function of that? Was it to read or something?
Maybe.
Was it just like to
He's reading
look through your
very
single eye?
fine script in a legal document.
Right.
Yeah.
Gosh, and it also shocks me how that. I mean, how did that even hold in your eye anyway? Well, anyway.
You constantly have a lot of muscle action going on there.
Yeah. Which I guess would be
back
a
to giant brown lizards.
Yeah. Moneybags guy. Anyway. Let's see here. Oh, it's kind of sad. He's just afraid.
Oh, yep.
When he sees me.
As a sign of our gratitude.
Gosh.
Oh, I love his collection animation there.
The towel wounds, yeah.
We'll take you to Summer Forest, one of the home worlds of Avalon.
That's cool and all, but there's still more to do in this stage.
Oh, quite a bit.
Where's that little like what's that, the gliding, the flying thing right here? Yeah.
No, you charged it up enough.
All right, awesome. All right. Oh. Well, maybe I should talk to him first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it helps.
Superflight power-up is active, and you can restart our gem lamps. Flame all the lamps quickly, and the big gem lamp will light. The power-up will give you enough magic to fly for a short time.
All right.
Let's do it to it.
The power up was so cool they thought it was super fly.
What? Oh. Well executed.
Thank you. I do what I can.
Yep.
You know. It's part of my job responsibilities here to just say real dumb puns. Or is it? I'd like that
no,
to be
it's
like
really successful puns.
successful. Yeah,
Yes.
exactly. Yeah. So it's not. No self-deprecating there. Yeah. I get.
This is a game of supportiveness.
Exactly.
Thanks for helping me light the lamp.
See,
Spyro.
all you do is help when you're Spyro.
But I like gems better. You take it instead.
It's a game that makes you feel real good, like a good person.
Yeah.
A good kid dragon. Gosh, that smile. It's just so cute. He's so cute. Oh, wait.
Oh, nice. Good job.
I got a trophy? What?
What?
Right here in this video that we're doing? All right. Oh, wait. This is the...
Yep.
Let's go shoot some rocks.
These little lizards have eaten my entire crop of gems. I've tried to
Oh, I just realized the difference in the brightness between the two.
Oh, yeah. We got these two
pretty
monitors
awesome.
there. Yeah.
If you have any questions,
This is the more ambient feel.
All right. Let me just get this. All right. I just think this is so cute. Look at him. That was just his design. I'd be fine with that, kind of, you know?
Oh, chubby cheeks.
All right, let's take care of this sucker. No, I missed. What am I? I'm not allowed to play video games
You're
anymore.
just showing people how to miss. That's what
Yeah,
you're doing.
exactly.
It was all planned.
See, that's how that's done, and that's how you do it right.
follow me to the
Really, this is a tutorial video all along, really.
Yep.
Follow me to the next one. All right. Where are you taking me? Is there anything? Oh,
Good dodge.
what would you say? I got a question for you. What would you say is the kind of the weirdest thing, like finding out about the games, like going through them again and like designing them again here for the remaster? What would you say?
Oh,
is one of the
geez.
weirdest things?
There's loads of weird. I think it depends on how you qualify it.
You could do a whole list of just weird things.
Well, I mean, it's like throughout the development, things change a lot. You know,
Right,
it's the process of finding out what the fun parts are and what works and what doesn't. I think like the weird is usually like these little one-off stories where we find a bug one day that lets you fly around between levels inside of Spyro's nostrils or something because the camera is just like it's like odds and ends like that. It's it feels pretty normal inside of development, but there's loads of them.
Right.
So I don't know, like what kind of weird, interesting are you looking for?
I don't know. I mean, it could be just. I mean, maybe perhaps just like learning something that from I don't know, because the idea is just like technically another Insomniac is the one who sort of designed these games at the end of the day. So I guess like maybe even just like something weird that you notice, like, oh wait, what they did what when they were doing this?
I think like holistically, you can definitely talk to like how they made the games, and that's something that we inherited. Thankfully, like that's part of the reason that the idea of making the Reignited trilogy was so appealing. Is there's so much just really elegant work that was done to make the way that you play feel good. Like there's enemies are designed in a way that it teaches you that you're either going to have to charge or flame breath on them. Stuff like that. It's stuff that. Ooh, what's this?
What's going on here?
Uh-oh, we have 15 minutes
We have
left?
15 minutes. Well, I
What
guess
happened?
we're almost wrapping up anyway.
Okay,
so
well,
I
this
think we
is
should
Fun
be
Town.
okay.
Oh, geez, what was I even talking about?
I don't know, but
It was probably awesome. The weird from this.
Yes,
I was
that's
actually
right.
talking about, brain stop farting. The original games, they gave us a nice palette to work with, and a lot of really interesting things that are like common parlance in how people play games and make games now.
Right.
This was the foundation for a lot of that.
No, totally.
And so, like, a mix between how you set up rules for what your enemies behave like to all of the wide array of like mini games and activities you do. Like, there's so much like questing and things, and it really feeds like my compulsive need to collect. So there was just so much to offer and so many different ways that they execute on it all so well that made it really fulfilling for us to be able to go ahead and like explore, okay, this is how we want to do the beanstalk mini game, or this is how we want to do bumper tanks, or X, Y, Z other things. So there's just a whole bunch to explore, and it led to a lot of like weirdness and figuring out how to do things, and you get some like crazy bugs or one-off instances of like this shouldn't happen this way, but it's pretty funky, kind of stuff. I think like what's another way of talking about that? With the music. So when the team was working on doing the dynamic remaster for the music, for context, they built a switcher so that you could hear the original music and the new one. And that was one of those like great surprises that it was just really fulfilling to do that. So we put that in the game.
Oh, so is that the because the original music is in.
So if you go into the menu, you can actually set it up if you wanted to play it with the original music. And for people who have those fond memories to the way it originally came across, it can.
Nice. Yeah. It's always good to have options.
Yeah. Good job.
Thank you. Thank you. I worked all day, I worked all night, just trying to make sure I could get this right from this moment.
Just spit those seeds and get the orbs, because he just wants gems.
No, give me another one though. I want to just have the chubby cheeks forever. Anyway, would you say, I mean, maybe you want to just like kind of reserve this for folks who get their hands on the game, but I was kind of curious, is there any weird, fun things you've tucked away in this game? Like,
there's a lot of weird and a lot of fun inherent in this trilogy.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes. I definitely want people to get their hands on it and to see and relive some of the memories from when they first played, or, you know, if it's the first time getting their hands on it, just get to see the fun.
Right. Well, my other question would be, if I entered that cheat code in, to unlock the Crash Bandicoot or Crash Team Racing demo, would it unlock? Would I be able to play CTR, remastered CTR?
Oh God, I wish.
Isn't that instruction
Where's all
manual?
the time that we need to
I
do
remember
that?
Yeah.
There
been a fun
are
touch.
some cheats, but I do not believe you'll have luck
Wait,
with that.
there. Okay, all right.
A lot of the other character-related ones from before might have an appearance.
Okay.
Look and see. Oh, good. Money bags.
Oh
fell.
yes. He
Sweet
kicked out
victory.
whatever. Sweet victory. Enjoying someone's suffering. Eh?
Oh, hello, Laura.
Hey, I really like the redesign here.
Hi, I'm Spyro. What are you, some kind of goat?
I'm a fawn.
How nice of you to notice.
That's one of the best lines. I'm a fawn, you dork.
I'm a fawn.
A souvenir, too.
Important distinction.
Yes.
It really is.
They gave you a talisman?
What, is it special? I just stuck it in the guide.
So I was trying to like. So is this cutscene like is this sort of newish, or is this like was this in the game? I'm trying to
was.
remember. What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Can be used to defeat Ripto.
But that's like a lot of the fun is it just all feels new and like
new,
I think
yeah.
part of that is just it's really easy to get like transported into the game.
Right.
And
right.
that's just the beauty of the originals, and we were able to just enhance and play with that world, you know. And it's captivating. Like your girlfriend can sit down and watch while you're playing, or you can watch while she's playing,
Right.
kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Totally.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to that, to be honest.
Oh,
I think that's probably
I have
first things
plans
we
with
do.
my girlfriend
Yeah.
too. We're gonna do it.
Like we're gonna go through Spyro. We're gonna do all of them again.
Exactly.
Oh boy.
And
And she's gonna keep me accountable to collecting everything. Man, really, if she's watching this, she's gonna be like,
That's why I'm keeping down what I'm saying.
dang, you're. Well, why wasn't I doing that?
Collect a few talismans.
Oh, yeah, he's like, oh, a cat.
I know, right?
Shores by lunchtime.
Did you say that dragons are more cat-like than
Dragons
more
are
dogs?
dragon-like.
Yeah, dragons are dragon.
Cats
right,
might be
yeah.
dragon-like.
Oh, that's right. I mean, technically, I don't know.
Let's make that the thing.
Yeah, let's totally.
This is the
Oh man, this game, this hub area's music would always make me feel so relaxed as a child.
Unfortunately, Ripto has taken
I feel
over
like
the
there are
castle.
times that I almost fell asleep playing the game when I was playing this area.
Well, that's
during the
super though.
afternoon.
I mean, like that's like the perfect setting you need if you just want to go explore.
Yeah.
Like you
right.
don't have that like urgent beat being like, oh, I got to get to the next thing. It's like, oh, I wonder what happens if I jump down here,
Right.
kind of thing.
Let's see here. What else should we do? Should we
You do a race kind of thing. You can go take a look at some bosses. We did Shemp already, but
Right.
look a little bit at 3 if you want.
Let's just jump into this area real
Oh,
quick.
Idle Springs.
Idle
All the
Springs.
Colossi.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love this intro.
We are gonna have to wrap it up pretty soon, but we'll at least take a look at this intro.
Yep.
Maybe just meander around just a sec. As I do some barrel rolls and shoot fire from it.
He's really flying all the way to Idle Springs.
Yeah, right. That's kind of crazy. He flies to the location, but all he can do is glide. What's that? Oh, gosh. I do recall. Do you remember this? They're really good at carving things in this world. Oh my god. I don't know if that's oh, poor guy. Poor guy.
It's just so weird.
Yeah. Lovely, little fun, humorous area.
Idols we were carving have come to life. They've locked us out of our temples and stolen our food.
And they have giant flaming marshmallows too.
They do. They use them as weapons too. It's crazy. Well, anyway. Oh no, if I jump in the water,
You can't swim yet.
can't swim yet. That's right. I gotta buy that ability from money bags.
Yeah.
Oh well. Well, unfortunately, that is just about all the time we have to play up some Spyro. As much as I'd love to play some more, if anything, we could.
Well, you can in a matter of like 5 hours.
Yeah, that's true. So I don't have to wait too long.
Yep.
You know, it's been a tough wait, but finally gonna get there. But anyway, thank you so much for
Thanks for
coming
having
by,
me.
showing off the game. I can't wait to play more of it. I'm sure folks watching can't wait to play even more of it as well, or well, to get their hands on it to begin with. But yeah, no, this game is most likely out now. But if what was it, like November 13th? So yeah,
November
it'll
13th, yep.
It'll be out now for PS4 and Xbox One. So anyway, thank you very much. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye.